Start of the second 20 minutes at the Stegeman Coliseum. Georgia with a 36-27 lead on Arkansas State. Bulldogs seeking to improve to 4-0 at home. They have played only 3 home games, along with Kentucky, the fewest home games among any of the SEC teams, as Georgia goes right at it on offense. A bank in by Trey Tompkins. He has 10 and now 998 career points.
Well, almost always coaches stress the first 5 minutes of the second half sets the tones for the outcome of the game. So let's see which team comes out aggressive. And it looks like Georgia, with that play to Trey Tompkins, you know, they preached the first 5 minutes of the second half.
You see in the last 8 minutes of the first half, Georgia 4 of 8 from the floor, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Arkansas State 1 of 9, 6 turnovers. Georgia's offense started to get going when they turned up the defensive intensity. And there's another turnover on Arkansas State.
Arkansas State cannot afford to turn the ball over early here in the second half, because I know Coach Fox gave his team a good tongue lashing at halftime.
That's their 9th of the ball game. They've been pretty good with the ball all season, 12.9 a game, which is the 3rd fewest total in the Sun Belt Conference. Rob verse layup, tip in attempt by Tompkins, got hammered, and he'll go to the line with a chance to become the 40th 1,000-point scorer in his career in the Georgia history.
Great drive by Robinson. He almost had the up and under move, but Tompkins did a great job of staying with it for the tip in.
Tompkins averaging right under 18 points per game. That would be 5th in the SEC rankings if he had played enough to qualify. Remember, he missed the first 3 games of the season with a high ankle sprain. And
it takes time to come back from an injury like a high ankle sprain. It's a very, very tough injury. He's about 90%, he told me earlier today. But the rhythm that Trey plays with is just beautiful. He's a joy to watch.
11 points and 6 rebounds for Trey Tompkins. The leading scorer being guarded by Gerald Robinson.
Georgia's doing a good job of picking up the defensive intensity here, making it tough for Arkansas State to get a good look.
Peterson. Finn tried to get the rebound. Robinson ends up with it for Georgia instead. Barnes inside, reverse layup, and Barnes has 8 points, and Georgia enjoys their largest lead. It's now 14. Bulldogs have taken the top 2 scorers for Arkansas State out of the game. Martavius Adams and Boone have not been factors on the offensive end.
And that's not a good sign for Arkansas. You need those guys being aggressive.
Oh, wow. Barnes ate that up, but there was a foul on the play. And you mentioned that Adams and Boone have not been a factor offensively. You throw in the fact that Daniel Bryan, who's their number 3 scorer back home, suspended indefinitely. You can see that they are hurting today.
Great aggressive play by Adams. However, he's playing against some trees down there. He stands about 6'8". Tompkins is 6'10", and Barnes is about 6'9". So he has his work cut out for him, but he's not backing down. He's a tough competitor.
Well, earlier we started the story about connections, and that's how Martavius Adams ended up at Arkansas State as he misses the second free throw. He was playing at Oklahoma State. Well, Butch Pierre, who was the top assistant to John Brady at LSU, was on the Oklahoma State staff, knew that Adams wanted to transfer out, gave his old buddy a call and said, maybe he'd like to play for you. And he ends up in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Well, if any young kids are watching, that's a great story. Coach Brady recruited him while he was at LSU. And however, he chose Oklahoma State. He wasn't happy there. And then he found out that Coach Brady went to Arkansas State, and he didn't burn any bridges. When Coach Brady saw that he wanted to come, he quickly brought him to Arkansas State. So a great lesson for young kids: don't burn any bridges.
Brady also recruited Trey Tompkins when Brady was the head coach at LSU. Of course, Tompkins out of the Wesleyan School in the Atlanta area. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Dustin Ware launches the 3 and hits it.
Well, Dustin Ware has been shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. He has the only true experience at the guard position, from coming back last year. So he's really doing himself justice by playing so solid.
He is the top 3-point shooter on this Georgia team, right at 43% on the season. Brandon Peterson Off back iron. Had he followed his shot, well, he did end up getting it anyway, and Tompkins sent it right back in his face.
Great defense by Tompkins.
Tompkins looks like he's favoring that ankle a little bit, and the timeout called by John Brady as the ball out to an 18-point lead. So the Bulldogs open the first half on a run, having outscored Arkansas State 10-1 here in the opening 3 minutes of the second half. Steals and 5 block shots in this ball game. They've scored 9 points off of Arkansas State turnovers.
Well, Coach Fox loves for his guys to enjoy playing the game, but while playing it correct. This is what's so good about Coach Fox. He loves the details of the game.
And Dustin Ware nearly got himself another steal and run out basket.
Georgia's doing a great job overplaying the passing lanes on the wings. It makes it very hard for Arkansas State to start their offense.
18-point lead for Georgia. Allison, the wraparound pass and the basket.
Now, what created that easy layup was for Robinson reaching behind. That's the lazy man defense. I'm not trying to call him out, but a lot when you let guys go by you and try and poke the ball out, it leads to an easy basket.
And that basket that you're talking about was just the second for Martavius Adams in this ball game, and he is their leading scorer at just under 13 points per game and has 2 double-doubles on the season. He had 18 against Southeast Missouri State, had 11 against Memphis.
Well, he has the ability to flirt with a double-double every night. Adams has big play potential. Look for them to continue to try and get him off in this game.
There's Tompkins. Tompkins.
Oh, my goodness.
1,001 career points for Trey Tompkins as he becomes the 40th player in Georgia history to eclipse that number. Of course, Laterial, you scored 2,111 points, and you are the all-time scoring leader.
Well, I never saw a shot that I didn't like, so I'll say that.
So as good as Trey Tompkins got a chance to match that again. He's got 11 points and 6 rebounds here today. 13 and 6, pardon me, 13 and 6. So 4 more rebounds, and he can get to the double-double. That would be the 16th of his career.
Well, even being injured, Tompkins has had at least 13 points in every game he's played this season. And he's only going to get better. Trust me, that ankle's going to start feeling better, and he's going to turn on the heat.
And everybody marveled at how quickly he was able to play. He missed 25 days of practice. He practiced 1 day before the team left for Orlando and the Old Spice Classic, and then played in all 3 games in that tournament and did well as Brantley knocks down the 3 for Georgia, and now the Bulldogs have extended their lead to 20.
Well, Brantley has been a pleasant surprise, this Georgia Bulldog basketball team. He's a freshman, and he's not bashful. He doesn't mind stepping up and shooting the big shot.
Allison got fouled on the play, and he'll go to the line. Foul's going to be called on Gerald Robinson.
This is a great, aggressive, hard dribble drive by Brantley. By Allison, excuse me. Arkansas State has to do a little more of this in order to get back into the game. They can't settle for the jump shot. They have to attack the rim.
As you can see, the foul was called before the shot, so the inbounds instead of the free throws, and now Allison at the top sets the offense. A big win, a big margin of victory win for Georgia would be a welcome sight for Mark Fox. 74% of their minutes played this season have come from the starters. He has not had a chance to really give the reserves as many reps as he would like.
And this is really good. I mean, they've come out and the league here in the second half, and it enables you to go to your bench and get some quality minutes for your reserves, because in SEC play, you're going to need your reserves.
Allison launches a long 3 off back iron. Adams grabs the rebound. Try to squeeze a pass in there to Kirkland, had it knocked away by Dante Williams.
And I think that's really not the shot that Coach Brady wanted for his club, a quick